What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. On this video, what I want to talk to you guys about is the law of attraction and how incredible the force is behind all of that. Now, whether you do believe in it or not, it does exist, and those powers are so powerful in helping you reach your goals or anything that you come across in life. You have essentially attracted, whether you believe it or not, or realize it or not. I personally believe in God and believe that He created the universe, but however you want to look at it, if you just believe in the universe or that the law of attraction is connected to that, either way, the law of attraction does exist, and it's evident in so many things. If you study it, or if you kind of dissect your life a little bit for certain events, you'll come to realize certain things you have attracted. And the reason I want to make this video is to help you realize just how much you can fast track your goal attainment. You can go about reaching your goal whatever way that you choose, as long as you have faith that you are going to reach your goal and you never give up. You will reach your goal. But you have to make up your mind that no matter what obstacles you come across, what may seem like failures or setbacks, you just hurdle over those, learn from them, keep going down that same path, or if it's a complete stop from that path, you find a new path and follow that. But the law of attraction, I'm trying to kind of encompass it within this video as much as I can, but basically whatever you think about and really focus your ideas, your mind, your thoughts on, that is what you will attract in your life. If you've noticed, and this example is used on The Secret, on the film The Secret, but if you're in a rush to get to work or to get to some type of event, and you're stressing out because you're running late, how many times do you run into every red light imaginable, it seems, or you get behind the slowest driver that could possibly be on the road, it seems like? That's one of the things, is because you're rushing, so your mind is just constantly at that moment dwelling on, I'm going to be late, or we're going to be late, whatever it is. That's what's going to happen. If you follow my Instagram page, I posted a picture, I believe it was yesterday, that one of my friends had posted, and you know, it comes across as kind of a funny picture to some people, but it says, like, basically that how do some people that make this much money per hour seem to be taking vacations all the time, and I'm here stuck working all the time, you know? And my comment on it, or my caption for the post, was basically that person that is taking all those vacations is because that's what they're thinking of, that's what they want to do. And from someone else's mind who cannot see things from, I guess you would say, out of the box, they would say, well, it still doesn't make sense because they're making less money than me, I'm making more money, how is it that they're able to do it? But no matter how much money you're making, if you're constantly thinking about bills, or say something that's past due, or something that's coming up, or something that you owe, but that's all your mind is set to, then that's all you're going to be attracting in your life, is just constantly stuff that you are owing or that you have to pay. And I've actually caught myself in this situation, because when I started a job that I was making considerably more money than I was previously through the temp agency, I was excited about it, but all I was thinking was, oh, I can pay these bills, I can catch them up. You know, I wasn't really behind, but I can catch them up, and I can pay extra on this, and I can pay on this. But that's all I was thinking. I wasn't thinking, hey, there's this much extra money, let's go on trips, let's go to this event, let's do all these other things. So as I learned to shift my mindset on finding joy, that's something I've talked about a lot, but these things that bring me joy, it gets you vibrating at a higher level and starts attracting those things that you are wanting from your life, that you are reaching toward in your goal. If you're stressing about it being difficult to reach your goal, then you will no doubt attract more challenges than you probably would otherwise. But that's just something to keep in mind, is just really watch your mindset. If you look at anybody that is negative all the time, that always talks about lack, or they don't know how they're going to make ends meet, or, you know, you hear people all the time, myself included, how I used to talk, but how so many people are living paycheck to paycheck. If they could just get by to that next paycheck, well, that's what they do. They just barely get by. Focus on abundance. Focus on what you want. Whether it seems logical to you or not, get that out. Don't think logically or what you've been programmed to thinking. Focus on what you want in your life, what you want this day to look like, the next coming day, this week, this weekend, this month, however far you have to focus on. If you have to start little at first and realizing how it works. But when something comes up, oh, well, this is due, you know, I understand you have to pay things, but focus on abundance. Be grateful. You have more than enough. Just tell yourself you have more than enough to pay these things. It's not a big deal. Just convince yourself it's not a big deal to pay this. But more so, just focus on abundance. And also, you know, if you give service to people, or if you live in an area where there are homeless people or people asking for money, give them money, help them out. You know, it's too easy to think, oh, well, they might use it on this or that. Whether they do or they don't, you get the blessings for helping them out. Just focus on that. And when you give money to somebody, that puts out the energy that you have more than enough to give. You are living in abundance. So remember that. Just take a step back for a second, look at your life, things that have happened, and think what you might need to change. Maybe you don't need to change. Maybe you have already got this figured out and you know how important these steps are. But if you've noticed that you've had a lot of difficulties, think where your mind has been at. I'll give you a couple examples. They may sound simple, but how I have found the universe to work for me before is, I don't know if any of you remember when the Nintendo Wii first came out. I don't know if it was 10, 12 years ago, maybe around 2006 or so. But they were so tough to find when they were first coming out. But my sister and I told one of my sisters, we're going to go get a Wii today. Let's go. And we lived in a small town. So we drove to another small town 2 hours south of us in New Mexico. We lived near the New Mexico border in Colorado. We drove down there to a store. We asked them if they had any. They said no. So, okay, well, I'm going to get a Wii today. So we turned around, drove back home, and 2 hours north, so 4 hours from there, to a smaller city in Colorado, in Pueblo, and we went to another store there. Excuse me, we went to Walmart, and there clearly were no Wiis there in the case. And I know what it's like working in retail when someone asks you, do you have this in stock? You know, like, if you're having a tough day, you don't want to be a smart aleck or anything, but you think like, well, do you see any in the case? No, I'm sorry, you know, we don't have any. But I thought, okay, I'm going to ask him. So I asked him, and they said, no, we don't, but you know what? Sam's Club just got some. So we booked it over to Sam's Club. I didn't have a membership. I got a membership. I didn't care about spending extra money on a membership. I wanted a Wii. We got it that day. But that night, so that's one example that I can think of how it has manifested itself. But within that same day, I also was a little worried because we were going to a state basketball tournament. I didn't even know where the parking was going to be or what it was going to look like. But I told my sister, let's give the Wii's, because I got one for myself and one for one of my friends. And I said, let's leave them at your friend's parents' hotel room, just in case. I don't want my car to get broken into and have those stolen. Boom. I sent that thought out. I didn't think much about it, but I definitely did not want those Wii's to get stolen. So we do that. We drop them off at the hotel room, and then we go to the basketball game. We're enjoying ourselves. We come back, and my car was broken into. And some other people may think that that was a hunch, that I knew to not leave those Wii's in there. But I personally think, after learning so many of these things and seeing several examples in my life, I put that thought out there. And that's what happened. So 2 examples within that same day of things that happened. And those are just a couple examples. I could go on and on about other things, but just think of maybe some difficult times in your life. Where was your mindset? Or if you're having a tough time now, where is your mindset now? Think how you can get out of that. I know to so many it's easier said than done, but forget about what seems logical. Forget about what you have been told or programmed to believe your entire life, because I've been there too. Forget about that. Focus on what you want, what you need in your life right now, later, in the near future, in the distant future. Decide what you want. Realize it's possible. Have faith that you will get it, and just constantly hold to that faith. Don't let it waver. I am sure you will have doubtful thoughts creeping in. Recognize those as soon as they get there and remove them, and get back on track to those positive thoughts. I know how easy it is for negative thoughts to try creeping in, but if you let them stay, they will build and they will attract more. So get rid of them immediately. No matter how far-fetched it may seem at first, who cares? Focus on what you want and have faith that that is what is already in your life. That is what you're already attracting, and that's what you already have in your life. Just have faith on that. Give gratitude that you have that already. And just focus on feeling good. If you notice yourself feeling low, that is kind of an alarm system for your mind telling you that you're not thinking good thoughts. So get back on those good thoughts. Hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. Please leave any comments or questions below. I would love to hear any of your guys' stories about the law of attraction, anything that you have found that you've attracted into your life, good or bad, what you've learned from it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to bringing you guys the next video. Thanks again for watching.